Okay, so uploading a homework assignment in this course is a fairly straightforward process, provided you know where to find things in the WebCampus website. When you first log in to the course website, you'll see something like this, and over here on the right-hand side, at least on the way I have mine set up, I have a to-do list, and down here you have a whole bunch of different assignments and their corresponding due dates. So you can either access the assignment directly through the weekly materials link over here, or you can also access it through your to-do list, and this is essentially a good place to check out what's coming up and when it's due. Note that the due dates that are listed over here are not always the most accurate ones, because some of them are actually due in your skills lab, and the date that you see here happens to be the date of the last of our 20 different skills labs for the course. So please pay attention to the due dates that are listed in the actual assignment. Like, so for example, if we were to click on skills lab assignment 3, this will load up with a description of the assignment, and what day your assignment is due will be dependent on what day your skills lab is. Like, for example, if you have a skills lab Wednesday morning, you'll have to have it in by the previous night at midnight, essentially, or just before midnight. So to actually make the submission, to actually upload a file, please do not email them to us. This gets too complicated because the people that you email it to are not always the same people who are doing the grading, and it requires us to bounce emailed files back and forth between the various people involved with teaching and grading the course. So please read the instructions, and this video will hopefully give you an illustration of exactly how you can go about uploading a file. So access the actual assignment by clicking on the link here, and that brings up what you should see when you first look at the assignment. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll notice that underneath here, a little bit further down, we have a link, or a button, excuse me, that says Browse My Computer. This is for attach file. When we asked you to upload an Excel file, for example, we want you to attach it using this option over here. So I'm going to click on Browse My Computer. I can load up my my file manager or whatever you have for whether you have a Mac or Windows-based system, and you can cruise around, find the file, double-click on it, and I know that my window's a little too big here. Let me make it smaller. So click on Open It, and that will actually attach the file when you click on the Submit button down at the bottom. There's a Submit button down at the bottom, but there's also one up at the top. If you click on Save as Draft, it will upload that file into your own computer or into your own WebCampus account, but it won't actually make the submission. So if you want to change the file later on before you submit it, you'll have the ability to do that. But please note, if you don't click on this Submit button, you will not be handing in your homework. So that's an important final step. So after you've done that, after you've attached the file, you should see the file name listed over here. And note how we have carefully specified what the file names should be. This is so that we can find individual students' assignments fairly quickly. You should see the file name over here. If you decide you want to delete that and not attach that file, you can click on this Do Not Attach over here, but we don't want to do that now. We're just going to click on Submit, and we're all done. We've actually made a submission. For some of the assignments, you're allowed to make multiple submissions. So if you decide that the deadline hasn't arrived yet and you want to make a change to your assignment, that's not a problem. You can just start a new submission, and the old submission will still be there. I mean, we'll be able to see what you had the first time through, but generally, we're going to look at the most recent one that you've submitted and assume that that was what you had intended. And again, you could go through the process of attaching a file, double-clicking on it, scrolling back up and clicking on Submit, and you will have your submission all submitted. And you can confirm that you've actually made a submission by right down here. You should see a submission history where you can see your various things. If you see something here, then that means we got it.